Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dreamland. Last episode, we built the nether portal with the fox and the hummingbirds and this beautiful scene you see behind me. And we brought a lot of life and a lot of nature to Dreamland, and we're going to continue to bring nature to spawn by building more of this tall grass you see behind me. And we also built a beautiful terracotta farm in the last episode, so now we don't have to gather materials for it. We're already ready to go, so let's get started. And the first spot I'm going to add some tall grass is right here by the hay barn, just along the river. And I will be adding a lot more of these in the future. I plan on coming back and decorating the river one day, but we're not quite ready for that yet. And now I'm going to build a couple of cattails on either side of the starter house to help draw focus to the middle of Dreamland. I'm going to build many more of these in the future, but for now, I'm just building a few here and there to help scale the builds in Dreamland later this episode. I'm also going to add some tall grass to the background just so everything feels a little more natural. And you know what, guys? I think it's very fitting that we ended that segment on a clip of the starter house, because I think we could build something a little bit better, something a little more whimsical. So I'm going to take one last look and say my final goodbyes. It's not very often in Minecraft that you would destroy your starter house, but this isn't my original starter house anyway, so I don't feel too bad about this. And in the end, it gives us a clean canvas that we can build something even better, which is what I'm going to start working on right away. So I forgot to record the end of the time lapse, but this is the final result. And I am going to come through and add more vegetation and life to the build, but I'm going to let it grow on me first before I decide where I want to put everything. I like how the roof is slanted going downhill, and I love the blackstone chimney poking out the top, but I'm not so sure about the mushrooms on the roof. I think they blend in a little too much with the library, and I'm either going to have to do something to separate the two a little more, or just get rid of them completely. Let me know what you think. But I do think it's a step up in the right direction from the house that we did have here, so let me know in the comments if you love it or if you hate it. I also built this potion shop a few episodes back, and I don't think I ever showed you guys the interior, so real fast we're going to go inside and check out what we got going on. And it's a little bit of a tight space, but I got room for an enchanting setup and some armor stand magic. These guys do a lot of magic stuff and brew a lot of potions. Got a couple of allays helping them out, carrying around some potions and some honey bottles and whatnot. These guys are fully maxed out, I believe. Yeah. And their beds are fully accessible, their workstations are accessible. And it's just a nice little enchanting shop. Alright guys, and with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a tour of the house. Hey kitty. So the first thing you're going to notice is the stairway on the right. We're going to come back to that in just a second. Let me show you the rest of the interior. And over here we have our back door, just takes us straight to the rest of Dreamland. Not a whole lot going on, just some clutter and mini block stuff going on over here. On this side I have a nice little study where I keep books. Currently there's nothing important. I am thinking I might make some redstone happen to where one of these books will hide the staircase and open this doorway up a little bit, but I'm not quite there yet. Haven't figured that one out yet. Well, let's head upstairs. And one of the first things you'll notice is we're using the immersive paintings mod to get some fancy paintings and not the vanilla paintings in here. I'm keeping my mini block storage over here temporarily, but I do plan on building a separate building for all the mini blocks one day. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I got the natural blocks, the craftable blocks, and the mob heads. I have kind of a lot going on in terms of mini blocks. But this is how you know this is home. I got my furnace and my crafting table set right next to my bed with my favorite painting, so this is how you know this is home. Now let's head down to the basement because that's where I spent most of this episode actually. And I've shown this on camera before. This used to just be a hole with a ladder going down. And now we actually have some stairs, some decoration, and if you keep following the stairs all the way down, it just brings you straight to my storage, where we've got our concrete, terracotta, glass, our smelter. We've got the nether blocks, normal stone and natural blocks. Our redstone rooms over here. I showed this last episode. It's just nice not to have a hole with a ladder anymore and to actually have a way to get down here. Speaking of the redstone room, I never showed you guys what was down this machine. It's actually a water elevator that takes you down to the zombie spawner. I don't really have much of a use for this farm anymore now that we have the raid farm, but I still wanted to decorate it and give it a little bit of love and attention. It also has the added bonus of being attached to the spider farm via minecart, so it's kind of cool to just be able to take a minecart from dungeon to dungeon. In fact, I like how connected everything is so much that I made a secret passageway in the spider farm to another minecart tunnel that'll take you to another dungeon. Now this tunnel is pretty long. It takes you about 1,000 blocks and it takes probably a minute or so of traveling by minecart to actually get there, but it passes right through this beautiful lush cave that I have an amazing build idea for that we might just be doing in the next episode. And it's also a fully decorated cave. I went section by section, decorating it with ore and minecarts and chains and just stuff to make it look like a regular mine shaft. And there's also some hidden chests and some secrets throughout the cave that you guys can find when you get the world download. And when your minecart finally comes to a stop, you're officially at the skeleton farm, which happens to be located directly beneath the iron farm, meaning we have even more farms connected to each other. And this little cave to the right will take you to the storage system. I'm not sure if we're going to get to it in the next episode or not, but let me know in the comments, what do you guys think I should build in this lush cave? Well, that's all for this episode, guys, but don't worry, I'm going to continue to bring tons of life into this world throughout the next couple of episodes, so if you like what you see so far, hit subscribe for me, and until next time, have a good night.